Hello, welcome to the Atlanta MuleSoft Meetup group. We are on Max's summer vacation, taking a journey through MuleSoft's AI innovation. Our agenda is listed. As you can see, we've got a full day full of fun with Meetup leaders Rajnish, Kumar, and Diane Kesler, myself. We're happy to also have Tintu as our guest speaker, so let's get started with the fun. Some of these pictures following are from the event itself, and we're excited to have everyone here. This is on the Ohana floor, and then back into our room where we were conducting the workshop all day. So much fun to celebrate Max's summer vacation. Of course, our crazy sunglasses, and everyone was having such a great time. Great to have us both getting our coffee from the Ohana floor, and Tintu's decking out her Ohana attire back in the room, and the video will begin in just a few seconds.
All right. Sorry for all the technical issues, but yeah, we are here. So quick question, at least for my team here, folks here, in front of me. How further are you guys leveraging all the AI features from MuleSoft? Have you started using in your organization, probably Vibes, or say at a very minimal, your diagnostics agent, right? Any features have you guys started playing around at your organization using Code Builder?
Not in MuleSoft, but we use extensively outside Salesforce and ecosystem.
Okay.
And Salesforce, we just started with white coding and
Agentforce and Salesforce. Okay, that's good to know. How about
MuleSoft Vibes? We've started using.
you started using MuleSoft Vibes? Okay. And anybody using Omni Gateway or your managed Flex gateways yet? Not yet. Okay. All right. Good.
In the chat, also, let's be sure to recognize them as well.
Yeah, if you.
Amalendra is, he said they're using ACB and Vibes. Good.
Good to know. Okay. And yeah, so we are looking at this roadmap, right? There were pretty good features that were released. Pretty good features were released during our H1. Say your agent scanners, we had MCP bridge, and a few things around cost controls like the token management. We had this nice enhanced MuleSoft user experience UI, other than a traditional Anypoint platform, right? You have a small, tiny area where you can hit a switch button and you can, go take a look at how the new UI looks. So have you guys tried that? Have you had a chance to see how the new UI looks?
Drum roll.
Okay.
Oh, is that the switch to enhance?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it the switch to enhance?
Yeah, switch to enhance.
Oh,
Okay, let me
yes,
quickly.
now clicked. Oh, yeah, that's good.
So I'll just quickly show you how that looks. So this is your, the traditional, the best version we had, and it's the best version. And now we have an enhanced. See, it's the new enhanced experience, right? So yeah, many features that got introduced during the H1 or the previous quarter were, mainly to provide a better experience on this new enhanced UI. Okay. Am I running the window or the slide? Let me. So are the online folks able to see this clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks pretty good.
It's clear. I'm just gonna make it
Thank you.
in a better mode. Give me a second.
So Google Meet to the rescue on the hybrid solution. She quit sharing for just a second. So hang
Just
on.
a second. Yeah, I'm gonna
Switching.
get it right. we have that.
So I know, speaking of implementing, some of the new technology, I think it's so interesting that a lot of customers are having that aha moment when they are starting to see how they can really leverage, whether it's agent force or intelligent document processing. So I think it's really starting to become more saturated.
Yep.
But it's just getting through some of, the everybody gets so busy, you don't have time to really play around with it a little bit. And so by creating some demos, that's really kind of got their attention for some of our clients.
Yep. All right, okay, that looks better. Cool, so yeah, we had some good new features. And did you get a chance to take a look at the roadmap session that our product team conducted probably 2 days ago? There was a webinar. Okay. So yeah, most of the contents are very similar because roadmap is essentially what the company is gonna, bring it out in a couple of weeks. So I just picked few of them to show you how it is and what it is. Okay. So yeah, before going into it, right nowadays, many organizations are trying to get some good use cases on AI, leveraging all the technologies they have within their organization. And the MuleSoft customers are also in the race, right? So they're actively identifying the use cases, coming up with, POCs, trying to get Agent Fabric activated at their organization, which is great. But there are some blocks that, we are seeing as of today. And mainly, the agents and your AI assets are getting ready, but you cannot leverage them all because, as one of our good friends just mentioned, that in their organization, they are using agent force, right? And pretty much they would have created an agent. But if you are from a different business group, are you aware that there's already an agent created in the organization, right? So there is a disconnect there. And also, secondly, say most of your APIs and agent assets are not really agentic ready. They are in the process, but they're really not ready there. Okay, yeah, just admitting it's in. Okay, so coming back. And then say your third problem that we are seeing, right? All the agents don't work together, right? Yeah, you have agents for different use cases, for different purposes. Are they talking to each other? Are they communicating? Are they being efficient, right? You just don't want to keep building agents and agents and agents, right? You got to make sure if they can be reusable or if they can be helpful, if they can be collaborative, right? And also, one of the other things that we are seeing is, yeah, the teams are doing great job coming up with all these agents, but they are, switching tools when they're trying to make their pilot use case go into production. They're using multiple tools and technologies, which is again slowing down the efficiency, right? So all these things are kind of adding to the complexity. And so although there is a team coming up with pilot use cases, it's slowing down the production. And that's when we said, okay, you know what? We have MuleSoft for the rescue. We can ship your AI faster. And how? We can help you discover your AI agents, assets, wherever they are in your organization, right? And then also, you can make your APIs and agents literally agentic ready. And you don't have to sit and write endless codes. With very little clicks and picks, your APIs and your agents are ready to be shipped. And also you can orchestrate everything in a place. MuleSoft is known for orchestration, right? So we are able to orchestrate all the pieces together. And also you can access and manage all of these apps from just one side, and you don't have to have everything bring into MuleSoft, right? They can live wherever they are. You are just gonna make connections to them, okay? So that's the beauty. And as part of all the enhancements, this is one of the feature that's gonna come probably, I would say, by end of August, I believe. And this is called A2A bridge. So we all have heard about A2A connectors, right? A2A, it's agent-to-agent protocol, agent-to-agent connectors, and it's basically an interoperability protocol. So have you heard about MCP server, right? Yeah, we know what MCP server is. And on top of it, we had something new called MCP bridge that came. Do you guys know MCP bridge? So it's again a feature where you are literally communicating all the servers. So just like the name bridge, right? The MCP bridge makes sure you're communicating to all the servers. So the MCP bridge solves the agent to system communication, but the agents can't just, reach the systems directly. And that was a problem we were just talking about. So this A2A bridge helps resolve it. Say, for example, right, when, say you have two agents, they both speak A2A and they can share information and they can do their handshake easily and seamlessly, right? But the problem is not every agent speaks A2A protocol. For example, we have Agentforce that does not support A2A, right? But say if you have your Copilot agent and Copilot agent needs to talk to your Agentforce, then there's a problem because they both don't speak A2A. So in such case, we have A2A bridge for rescue. So that's where the goodness of A2A bridge comes. And also this sits in your Flex gateway or your Omni gateway layer. So eventually when your organizations, yeah, go ahead.
Even when both use MCP, they don't talk to each other. Are there situations like that? Means it's like Agentforce versus like, the Copilot. If both are supporting MCP, right?
Yeah,
if you want to invoke a sub-agent.
So MCP, I guess it's the URL that communicates, right? So it should be, what do you call, compatible, at least in my understanding, because this A2A is a different kind of a protocol. It's not related to the MCP.
Got it.
Yeah, but I can double confirm on that for you.
Thank you.
And this is another good thing that's coming out. It's called MuleSoft Playground. Oops, what's that? Okay, we got somebody. Yeah,
Okay. I'll open the
Oh.
door.
are you able to?
Yeah, it's on
okay. Well, that's good. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
Lunch is here too.
okay. So yeah, MuleSoft Playground. I was trying to see if I could get a sandbox version to show you guys, but it's not yet released for us as well. So this is actually gonna be really interesting. I'm not sure if you guys are able to see this side, right? So you just open the enhanced experience and you saw how it looks. This playground is gonna be part of that. So probably if you have any of your APIs, so you basically click your API, and I'll show you quickly that example. You click your API and you get your API here. So right now your APIs will have, say, overview, instances, and probably policies and version in it. And this is gonna be a new feature that's gonna say playground. So the good thing is, in this, it's like your one stop where you can literally check the functionality of your API. So traditionally, at least when I was coding before, I used to use Postman. And now I guess we use Claude and other third-side tools to check how your get calls and post calls are all happening. And even we have we do testing for MCP servers, right? MCP endpoints. So all those things can be pretty much done on this single thing. So this is going to be super cool, and I'm literally looking forward to that. You don't have to like go back and forth, open your other tools.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Wow.
So
I
yeah.
know, right? You're getting applause from the audience in the virtual group. Yay! I know, that is great.
So this is not like a mocking.
You can do check mocking as well. You can send your mocking service. Remember in Designer,
Yeah.
Designer, how you test your mocking? same actions you can perform on this as well. So everything on one single page.
Like Exchange, I guess. You could choose the server, right?
Yeah,
You could
yeah.
choose, so very much like Exchange.
Okay.
Just choose the server.
Right, right.
Cool.
So, yeah, so what I heard is as part of first release, you'll have capability to test your APIs and MCP servers. And then for the future release, they're even planning to roll out your LLM proxies and agent playground as well. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Okay, so that's about that. And the next important piece, I'm pretty sure, I mean, most of you would be using Claude or Gemini or other AI bots tools, right? And you might have already started seeing token limits, right? And all, such finance side of the things. And now, since most of these companies are already scaling their AI agents, cost is becoming, an issue. And most of them don't realize until it hits the roof, right? So MuleSoft came up with good solution for that, or they are coming up, which is again super cool. There is this 3 features that's getting rolled out shortly, and we call this as a spend control suite. So the 3 parts are the first one is model wallet, right? So this is for limiting the agents, so the agents can't overrun. They're literally gonna put a hardcore limit on the usage, right? And then the second one is a unified dashboard, and this is dashboard for your visibility and your cost optimization will with ranked spend, like say which LLM is consuming a lot of spend. So you can see literally the ranked list. And also, and also it's gonna help you compress your prompts or responses, right? Because if it's lengthy, then you're gonna spend more. So it's gonna help you with all these compression of your bloated descriptions too. Just a quick sneak of how they look. So yeah, basically if you see here, your prediction and say your enforcement and attribution, all the 3 are covered. And as I mentioned, right on the right side, if you see, again, a small snippet of how it's gonna look like, right? So your wallet is gonna turn your budget into limit where, the agents can physically overrun it. They're gonna set a hard spend limit per team or maybe per app or per agent. So you can have a fund for prepaid budgets, and it will help you stop at 0 instead of alerting past 0 if you go negative, right? So you can literally alert when it's at 0 and stop it. So yeah, so now this say hard limits control the spend, and you still need to see where all this is going, right? So that's where comes the unified dashboard. Okay, so this dashboard brings everything into one view. Again, I'm not sure if you're able to see it. So here there is different services specified. Say your MCP server, it's consuming so many tokens, so many calls made, and this will be ranked from decreasing order. So your team will know essentially which API or which server or which agent has been used the most and it's costing you the most. So yeah, that's another cool thing. You don't have to scan through and ask multiple teams and people about all the usage. It's this unified dashboard. You can see everything.
That's scary for the developer.
Yeah, you gotta go efficiently, use it efficiently. So yeah, so seeing these leaks and consumption is one thing. So the next piece is, how to close them at the source itself, right? So they never hit the bill and you guys have never yelled at. So
That's never a fun meeting, is it?
yeah. So that's where, the cost optimization comes. So here it, as I mentioned briefly earlier, right? It cuts the token bloat across your MCPs, your LLMs, and your agents. So it compresses repeated structures. Say if you're asking the same question, the same prompt, it already has learned what you're asking, and it's gonna help you compress that so that you're not hitting or utilizing a lot of tokens. So that's a smart smart feature of cost optimization. All right, so those are all some cool things. And now we saw what's coming up with the cost. Now another important piece is how to govern all your APIs, right? So we will see how governance is built in so your teams can move faster. And if the governance piece is done right, then you don't have to deal with, security and, in all the companies you have InfoSec team that says, okay, you are coming up with an LLM and agent. Let me validate and see if it meets all the protocols, right? So we have a couple of them, and I just put two here. So this is a universal policy catalog. So say we have a lot of policies that we can implement, put in on our agents or servers or applications. We even write custom policies. And also most of the times we end up writing multiple policies everywhere because, it's not compliant at one area, and right? But with this universal policy, it enables a single policy to be applied anywhere across your gateway, regardless of the vendor. You can apply this policy, say, on the AWS side, on the Microsoft side, any side, regardless of the vendor. So it's gonna make it, cross-platform governance layer much efficient and with minimal security risk, or maybe even no security risk. So introducing this universal policy is gonna give you one set of core controls for APIs and AI. And then you're gonna be, monitoring it from one single control plane and push it across every gateway in the federation. Yeah. And then this is another cool feature that's gonna come out. And I'm eager to see how this works as well. And this is called Agent Kill Switch.
That was such a curious name. Doesn't it make you wonder, what have the agents been doing? We're going to stop them in their tracks.
So you see if an agent eventually goes, say, off course, right? Or when it does not do what we want it to do, right? If it's acting wonky and cranky and you just don't want it to function anymore, then you can just activate this agent kill switch, right? And so it allows you to, say, enforce your constraints at the network level, and you can, safeguard your credentials, and it protects your identity layer. So it's not just getting flagged off, but it stops literally from making all incorrect decisions. Okay. So I really am looking forward to see how that works. And
yes, the fun part will be creating like a demo, creating an agent that's rogue.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh boy.
It's like power plug, like you just slide.
Exactly.
Oh, do you remember the command kill?
Control.
Yes.
Linear control C.
Yes.
Yep. Pretty much like that. Yeah.
There used to be even like a kill command.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's still probably
I
around.
want to kill a thread. That's
And you can get the flag history. You can get full context on what triggered it, right? And also I read it as you can see one action to shut it down with a response on what the threat was. So and there are many more features that are in the pipeline, but I thought, just to give you a teaser and a bit more deeper insights on few. So
I love it. I'm excited about the MuleSoft Playground.
Yeah.
me too.
Oh my gosh.
Me
Yeah.
too.
When is that coming out?
They're all
Q3?
for
Did you say?
Q3.
When officially is Q3 then? I know yours, Salesforce is offset on the Qs, right?
Yeah. So Q3, I would say probably before Dreamforce or immediately after Dreamforce.
Okay. Okay. Drum roll. We'll try to get as deep as we can.
Yeah. Okay. The awesome thing is for all the developers and even for the admins, AI agents is Developer Hub. Have you guys heard about Developer Hub? Did you guys get a chance? No. Okay. That's cool. So this is another feature, probably got released, I would say 3 to 4 months ago, right, Diane? When I was
that's
checking
about
with
right.
you?
Yeah, April.
Yeah.
April something.
April, 3 or 4 months ago. And this is say it's MuleSoft's, it's part of MuleSoft's vision for the headless enterprise, meaning you can access anything from one single pane, right? Just like how we saw the enhanced UI. So MuleSoft as a company is making things better even for the developers or admins to make their life easy and efficient by having everything, in a one single repository kind of a deal. And this hub becomes single discovery catalog for, as I mentioned, for both humans and AI. So along with your, say, there are 4 main features if you see. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can quickly open one. I mean, yeah, Dan is gonna.
You were gonna do
give-
hands-on.
Yeah,
with
give
this.
hands-on. So probably I will just let Diane, go in detail about it. But I will quickly touch base on. So there are 4 features here: APIs, skills, MCP servers, and Terraform. Dan is gonna touch base on APIs and skills. So I will, quickly give an understanding on what MCP server are, and then Terraform. Okay. So just like, as apps talk to each other, we via APIs, the AI agents talk to the platform via MCP servers. We all know that, right? And MCP server on this developer hub, it provides everything needed for to connect. It has documentations, it has authentication guidance. Maybe I'll just show you as I'm talking, so you'll be able to get an idea. It is my slide. So yeah, if you're seeing my screen, right? So it has MCP servers, has MuleSoft DX MCP server and platform MCP server. So I'm just gonna click one. So what I was mentioning is you have endpoints to get all your applications, API instances. On the left-hand side, you have literally 21 tools that's gonna help you, understand or do a real-time check. And also there is documentations on how you can configure the instances, connect to the instances. It's like one single repo with all the details that you can get. Yeah, makes sense? And since I heard some of you say that you're already using Anypoint Code Builder, the DX, oh my God, what is that? Yeah, DX MCP server is already part of your Anypoint Code Builder. So when you start your VS Code, Anypoint Code Builder like MuleSoft instance, you can see in the background that your DX MCP server is getting loaded. Okay, so that's already inbuilt on your ACBs. And then the second one is the platform MCP server. So while the DX MCP server, while the DX MCP server helps you build applications, your platform server helps you organize and manage your entire API. So how that looks is, let me quickly click on that, right? And you need to have a connected app to sign in. So if you see on the right side, it says not authenticated. So you got to have a connected app sign in. Again, I'm pretty sure Dan is gonna show all those, right? So once you sign in, then you have all the resources here, which if you want to check, say list of MCP servers, you wanna know how many MCP servers are there in your platform account, right? Or if you wanna view your agent details. So you can just like hit a send request, just provide whatever the basic information, basic set of input parameters, your query param or input parameters, and then you just hit it send. You will get all the details there. Okay, there are a few which I can show you later. Of course, I'm just rushing through.
Take your time. Take your time. I think what we're gonna do so that you kind of know game plan. So if you want to show, our lunch is ready, and so what we're gonna go ahead and do is take your time to show what you want here. Then we're gonna break. We're gonna do one of our sponsors quickly, Okay. And then we're gonna do lunch. And then after lunch, we'll come back and I'll do my segment and you'll do yours. Sound good?
Okay.
That way we're not so pressured and I know you're like, don't feel rushed. I know we got a later start, but you know what? We're gonna have fun today. So that's the big part and learn as we go.
True,
Right?
true. Yeah, so and here it's, a quick, advantages and the capabilities of DX MCP server and your platform MCP server that have jotted down here, which, later you can, take a look. All right, I think
What
pretty
is
much
the
covered
DX?
here.
And
Yeah,
What's the two,
what was that?
DX and MPC and the platform? What is the difference between these two?
Yeah, so DX MCP server is basically to help you connect and build your applications. And your platform server is where you can, it's just like your exchange, Anypoint exchange, right? Where you can, get real-time data or details of what is already deployed on your platform. So server is more on the building side.
So like designing
Yeah,
and
It's
then
integrated with the
the
ID.
exchange.
I think this one is integrated to the ID, the DX.
correct. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that was what I mentioned, your DX MCP.
Developer experience.
Okay.
Yeah, your
Oh, yeah,
DXMCP is already inbuilt with your ACB. When you start your VS Code, it's already inbuilt there. Yeah. Okay. And then there's another thing called Terraform provider. Have you guys heard about Terraform?
Yeah.
Oh, Terraform, yeah.
Right, right. So yeah, I haven't used this personally, but yeah, this is created by a company called HashiCorp, okay, and is the world's most widely adopted free open source infrastructure as a code. And you can just think of it as a checklist. You hand it to a robot, and instead of admin going in and clicking through your Anypoint UI to set up environment, servers, access, etc., just give the direction and everything will be returned and built by Terraform for you. Okay. And if you ask me, why is this sitting on the MuleSoft page? Why is MuleSoft using it? Because if a company has, say, DevOps practice, pretty sure most of the companies are using DevOps, it's mostly likely that they have Terraform as well. That is the statistics we have. So that's the reason Terraform was put as part of our documentation here. And also it doesn't add to additional costs. So if you have your Anypoint platform account, platform setup, everything, it should be free. And it has few good benefits like consistency and it's reduced risk. So these are all some cool features of Terraform. And if you ask me, hey, do we need this? Do we need to look into it? Then my honest suggestion or advice would be, if your company has a good DevOps functionality, DevOps team in, then yeah, talking about Terraform makes sense. But if they're very at the starting stage and you don't have a pipeline set up, then you can just have this in your back pockets, and when it's the right time, you can pitch in and get advantage from Terraform as well. Yeah, and in the developer hub, Terraform is currently a documentation site where you can go in and see what are the capabilities Terraform has. And as I mentioned, it helps you create your private space, Cloud Up 2.0 environments. Developer or an architect doesn't need to go sit in and write all the codes. Terraform has all the access. Let me show you quickly what I mean.
It's interesting because, we used to use Terraform for Kubernetes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, I should say probably still using it, but right? Probably still in use for if someone's hosting their own
Yeah,
Kubernetes.
Terraform is basically
Very well
like a CI/CD kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So if you're running to if you're enabling any of your container, that's the Terraform help you to you set up some step, like how you configure the network, how you configure to the other, those kind of things. Everything you can script it and it will translate into your container.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And thanks, Rajnish, for adding those additional context. So all the scripts and the steps, they are in this documentation page under Terraform. So for example, I was mentioning, right, for your Cloud Up 2.0, if you want to upgrade your private space, or if you even want to configure it, all the steps scripts, everything is mentioned here. And I think that's all I had.
And
from
there's
my
what
side.
Terraform looks like. You can see the code
Yeah,
right there.
yep.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, so those of you who are virtual, lunch is ready, so come join us for lunch. But before we go to lunch, we're going to hear from one of our sponsors. And of course, we always want to thank them for their support in our events. And let me get this situated really quick. And Dave is with us from Cloudblazer. Dave, you want to unmute and say good morning?
Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well.
Loud and clear, yes. Other than the crazy traffic to get here. Most of us were late
Yeah.
here because of Atlanta traffic. Yeah, that was nuts. And
Yeah.
let me share my screen. Okay, so what you all will be seeing is a thank you to our sponsors. Cloudblazer is our sponsor, one of our sponsors. So thank you so much. Yeah, we do appreciate that. Breakfast has been great. Lunch is going to be even better, I'm sure. And let me hop ahead here to your slide, Dave. One sec. And there you go. All right. All you, Dave.
Thank you so much, Diane, and keep me honest in terms of how the sound quality is coming across the internet. Capacity here is not great. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to join you guys in person today, but I'll certainly look forward to the next meeting and do appreciate the opportunities to continue to get even deeper involved in the MuleSoft community. And Diane, thank you as always for your incredible leadership, not only in the trainings today, but just for our company are certainly fantastic. And I'll take a moment just to share a little bit about our company. We have been at it for a little bit here. Most of us started as end users. My co-founder and I, and Diane, you can advance the screen if you like. My co-founder and I both started as end users. I was the product of the .com boom professionally, and that's what led us to Salesforce in the very first year of existence. And coincidentally, my business partner, same exact situation, not necessarily .com related, but he did a global rollout for Ariba Technologies that SAP acquired. But we both started 1999, 2000, our first project. We started as end users. The relevancy there is when you start as an end user, regardless if it's Salesforce or MuleSoft, it does give you a little bit of a different perspective on what you look for partners. So we've tried to design our processes as if they were end user design, so, and they were. So Diane included, most of us really started as end users. We've got an incredible MuleSoft team that Diane leads.
Your sound just got lost. So I do lead the MuleSoft team, and it is great to work with several people that you may know from the MuleSoft community, as well as deeply experienced and certified individuals. Dave, did your sound come back yet?
Maybe you wanna ping him, saying we can't hear him.
Yeah, let me let him know.
His screen is frozen, so you might
Yeah,
want to log
yeah.
back in.
So I'll go ahead and pick up. Dave, if your sound regains, just jump in here, but I'll go ahead and go to the next one also. So we have several projects already. We started the MuleSoft practice in 2024, but they have been a Salesforce partner for many years and deeply experienced there. And as you know, the integration between MuleSoft and Salesforce. Dave, are you back? Between MuleSoft and Salesforce has become more and more streamlined, which is a big focus for even some of our Salesforce customers. Dave?
Yeah, Diane, sorry about that. I'm back. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm not sure what's going on here with my setup, but am I coming across okay?
You are now, yes. You're on transparent.
All right, we're back. Sorry for the interruption. So the relevancy I was talking about and starting as an end user, as you can see on what's illustrated, is the desire for transparency. As an end user, I would ask the partner I worked with on my first project questions, and there just really weren't answers. Like, how are you establishing that time? How can I see what's the time associated and the materials associated with my invoice? So what we do is we actually build the project budget hand in hand with the client. We show them where we need time in terms of a low range and not to exceed. That's a little bit of a difference. Most partners may be showing a high and a low. We show a not to succeed, and contractually we indicate that we cannot exceed that without approval. And that right hand side where it's highlighted is we're building the budget. We revisit that budget again as we finish the data strategy workshop, requirements validation, documented in a requirement summary. And as they approve it in parallel, we bring up the budget again and have them re-approve it as we determine if there are things that you didn't think of that you need now. At the end of the day, the very top requirement is going to be budgetary. So we align their highest needs with their budget. And then what we do, again, very unique, we report back on it. If we're part-time, we operate like we're part-time employees of theirs. And if we're a part-time employee, you're going to have a time card. So we send them a full utilization report that shows basically who did what on what day and why, as if, again, we're part-time employees. So really the value there is not just to solve the need for transparency, but it's to instill trust. And when Diane and her team are working with them and we make recommendations, because trust has been established, they generally do what we suggest because we've earned their trust, and the transparent model basically walks them through all of those details. We do provide updates in terms of weekly. We also find, with some of these projects we're working on, they would be what Salesforce would call a red account turnaround. So we make sure that we start the project with the understanding there are no minimums on projects. There are no floors. Again, all the goal is to basically instill trust. So when we make recommendations, they generally do adopt what we suggest and move forward. So I think you get the general summary in terms of end user driven transparency and that type of thing. Diane, rather, if you would mind moving forward.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. So once they're live, going back to my first project 26 years ago, when we went live, I had a retainer agreement with one of the big three consulting firms. My job was to send them what we wanted done every month. One particular month, I sent them the list of what I wanted done on the 6th of the month. And they quickly responded back to the email with the outline of my requirements for the month and said, hey, Dave, please go look at your managed services agreement. Per the retainer agreement, you have to have the details over to us by no later than the 4th, or we can't guarantee you we'll get the work done, but you still need to pay your bill. So as we talk about the need for transparency, I guess they were transparent in that message that they told me what the structure of the agreement was, but we built a model post go live, understanding that once you're live, you're really not done. You iterate, you want to make sure you maximize your investment in MuleSoft and Salesforce. And so there's going to be ongoing opportunities and adjustments needed. So we have built a program where you simply pay in arrears for accepted work versus paying in advance in a retainer or prepaid bucket of hours that has kind of fine print that says if you don't use them by this time and those hours can expire. We combine better terms and technology on the platform they're already using to provide a better experience. And that would be, again, pay in arrears for accepted works, still reporting back on the date, time, and who did what, and also providing them visibility in their instance of Salesforce on where we are. So we provide them an application that you see illustrated on the different screen captures here. The top left is a record that we build in concert with them in their instance of Salesforce that ties to ours. And we report on what we need to do and how long it's going to take after we validate, we understand what's needed. And in that Kanban view at the top left, you can see that they see every step of the way where we are in fulfilling it. There's an acceptance stage where we review the work, and we do not invoice them until they have accepted the work. So it, again, creates a better experience. The other screens that you see in the middle are an out-of-the-box dashboard that we can configure to their specific reporting needs in terms of how many open tickets are they, how many are there by stage within fulfillment. And then the bottom right image is an account profile where they can basically determine, do they want to do an auto approval if it's less than an hour? One of our clients recommended that a while back, like, hey, I've been working with you guys for 5 years now. I don't feel the need to approve everything y'all do for under 3 hours. set it up for auto approval. So we added that. So the client can turn that on, turn it off. We got to earn their trust every step of the way. It's their option to use these features. They can also put a cap on how many hours we do a month if they're afraid that 6 people are sending us work in different departments and they only have a certain budget. All of this functionality was designed by end users, and it's reflective and beneficial to other users. So a little bit of a different model there. And Diane, if you can move forward, if you wouldn't mind. Last and not least, knowing that I stand between you guys and a lunch that's probably well-deserved and ready for, I just want to take a moment to thank you. Thank you for allowing me to come in and attend virtually. Thank you for all that you do that creates the excitement around MuleSoft as a product. And I look forward to seeing you guys at an event in the very near future. So
Thank
back to you, Diane.
Okay, so we will be starting off in the, we're going to start this off by creating a trial account. Okay, a MuleSoft Anypoint trial account. And the reason I'm going to have you do that is because we're going to break things and fix things, and I don't want you using your work MuleSoft. I want you to use one that you can break and fix or add things and not have it interfere with anything that is going on. All right, so let's go at the very beginning here. We're going to go to anypoint.mulesoft.com and we will create a new account. Okay, so those of you that are virtual, if you need me to slow down, let me know, put it in the chat. Those of you present, just say, whoa, Diane, hold up. All right, so we're going to come down to here to don't have an account and go ahead and put in your information. If you have done a trial account before, it's okay. You can use the same first name, last name, and even the same email, but your username needs to be different. Okay, so that's where it needs to be different. So go ahead and take a few seconds to fill this out. And have a unique company name. That's another thing that needs to be unique. All right. And for the phone number, I generally will put, sorry, no reflection on anyone in sales, but I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, because they might just call you. In fact, they probably will. Hats off to the sales team. We appreciate them. All right. And then copy and paste your username and the password that you're going to use. And I want you to open up a notepad or someplace where you can start putting all this information so that you have it handy. Okay. Oh, sorry. Getting that over here. All right. So once this is completed, it's going to also ask you to verify the email. Come on, create an account. Here we go. Okay, verify the email. It just makes it easier if you're in and out of that to go ahead and take care of that so that it doesn't keep prompting you for it. Of course, you'll go to the email that you used and pick up that code and go ahead and confirm that. All right. So that part is done and it's ready for us to start using this account because we want to use this account for the new Developer Hub. Okay, this is in the MuleSoft Developer Hub. So if you are not familiar with this URL yet, it is dev-portal.mulesoft.com. And that'll take you to the the landing page where we were at before. Tintu was sharing some of this for the MCP servers and the Terraform. So our focus is going to be what's here, first of all, and we're going to look at 2 areas. Our focus will be on these 2 areas here for our hands-on workshop. Okay. So in this developer hub, we're going to start first with the APIs. Okay, so go ahead and click on the APIs. And these are several different APIs that are available for us to integrate with, for us to use and test out and be able to see exactly what information is here. And the first one we're going to start with is this one called Access Management. Now, also, before we go, you can click on it. Go ahead and click on the Access Management. But before we dive in and do too much here, I want to explain something that's very important in the MuleSoft world. We talk about API-led connectivity. It's an architectural style, okay? And this architectural style means that we prefer to use APIs for our integrations, okay? So we are kind of led by these APIs to integrate. And so true to our philosophy about API-led connectivity, Anypoint Platform is a series of APIs. So if we click back over to this new Anypoint Platform account that we just created, and we go to the gear on the upper right, and we click down to Access Management. Go ahead and go there. Look at the URL at the top. Accounts. We just went to an API. If we go to Exchange, we're going to go to the API Exchange. If we're seeing the graphical interface of an API, you know, of that, the graphical interface is taking us to the various different APIs. Those APIs, if we go back to the Developer Hub, are these APIs. If I go back to the entire list, these are the various APIs. There's a special group of APIs that support Anypoint Platform. They are called and referred to as the platform, MuleSoft Platform APIs, because they support the entire Anypoint Platform. So you're going to see here Access Management. You're going to see some additional APIs here, but we also have the Audit Log API. We have Designer Experience API, Experience Hub. There's additional APIs here. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. Do you know what we have been using in the architect classes for years? Hold on. See if I can find it. Okay. We've taught off of this with the architect course for years. This is a special group of the Anypoint Platform APIs. This is how automation occurs. This is how your CI/CD pipelines work, because you start interacting with these APIs during a deployment for the automation of your CI/CD pipeline. So we've worked off of these, like I said, for years and years, teaching the architect class, and you'll see some similarities. There's Cloud Hub, there's Access Management API. Now they live here.
So pretty much do we have all those APIs from here in the new portal now?
No.
Do we have any new ones on the new portal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's what I thought was really cool is, you know, is really fascinating. There seems to be more in the Developer Hub than we had in the platform APIs. Because remember that the platform APIs really truly are the ones that are going to be supporting the platform functionality. So the ones that I'm seeing over here in the Developer Hub are like the very last one where see, there's so many more. You see how many more? Well, I'm in the wrong spot. 1 second. APIs only. Okay. So there are more here than we found over there. Okay. Usage API, that's not over there. So there's additional things here, and that's constantly growing.
Okay. There's metrics API.
Yes.
That's-
Did you see that one? I'm going to do a demo on that. Not today, but that one's on my radar. Yeah, metrics API to really tell you what is being used and leverage. You can make a nice dashboard out of that. Yeah. Now, the beauty of this is, okay, we also have Postman collections, right? Those of us who have used Postman. We have Postman collections down here. Thank you very much, Postman, for doing this, because this has been handy. But like Tintu was saying before, where is the MuleSoft one? There, it's MuleSoft Anypoint Platform APIs. Look at that.
Where did you get it? You just
I
Googled it?
clicked the link on my Google search.
Oh, just searched it.
Yeah. Yeah, good old Google with a Google it. Yeah, and we can provide these links and such for you.
But hey, once you get the MuleSoft playground, right?
You don't need
don't need
it.
it.
Even the developer hub helps you not have to need
Exactly,
that
yeah.
already. That's what I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, so this is also, Postman collections are great. And that also gives us the ability to get profile information. You can see, look, there's that accounts API profile. So there are some different ways that we can access this information, but the beauty of this, just watch how this plays out. Let's go to access management. And in the access management API, upper right, it says not authenticated. Aw, we won't get anywhere unless we authenticate. Okay, so let's authenticate, and we're gonna go ahead and use the username and password. This is gonna get us a bearer token. If you're using the Postman collection or even using Advanced REST Client or any kind of client application, you've got to get your bearer token first, and then you can proceed forward, and you got to bring that over. You got to configure it, right? Watch. Get your client ID or your username and password that you just created. Go ahead and put this in. And now log in. You got a bearer token. As simple as that.
This is developer portal.
You got it? In the developer portal, yeah.
Okay, I was in there, but I came here. I think
Somewhere, yeah.
something-
It's not in here. It's going to be a separate portal.
Let me go back. Okay. Go back here.
Yeah, not in
saw-
this at all.
okay.
It's probably one of your other URLs.
Let me just go again.
There you go. It's dev-portal.mulesoft.com.
Maybe I closed it again.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so go to APIs. And you're there. So go to access management. Okay, cool. Up here.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So this is a different portal. It's not part of Anypoint Platform. Okay. And then put your username and password there, and you should be able to log in. And now you're authenticated. You don't have to worry about the bearer token if you're just wanting to work around with these a little bit. But I'm telling you, this is going to be pretty powerful. And I want you to remember the reason I had you do a trial account is because you're at the highest level of permissions in that org. You're at org admin, you got full permissions. If you use your work email and username and password, you're only going to have the ability to do what your account lets you, what your permissions are. So I want you to have full access and wreak havoc out here, okay? So have fun with it. Those of you virtually, are you good? Give me some thumbs up. You got this far. All right. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we are authenticated. So now we can come in here and we're going to start off with just getting some information about our account. All right, on the left-hand side, these are all the endpoints that we can interact with the access management API. So as we come down, go to this. They're not necessarily in alphabetical order, but I want you to find the list me. List me. We probably could even do a search, but if you scroll down, it's kind of partway down. There's a list me get. Okay, click on the list me get. And we're going to go ahead and send in this request. Okay, so notice the URL at the top. So you could put that into a client application. That's the URL. And send this in.
You're getting the data.
Okay, everybody okay? All right, and now you can open this up on the right-hand side and you can see the information about your account you just created. This is you. Okay, you can tell what your entitlements are. So you can see all of the information about your account that you just created. There's your username, your password, what your abilities are. Okay. So that's kind of a starting point. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go back to Anypoint Platform. So click back over to the browser tab for Anypoint Platform. And we're going to come in here and create some additional business groups. Okay, manually, user interface. So here we're going to click on the business groups. Okay, and you should have just your root account here or root business group. Click on create business group. Okay, and for this business group, we're just going to make this simple. We're going to call it biz group 1. Okay, and it's asking for the parent business group. So by default, there's only one business group to start with, and we're going to go ahead and use the one that is the root. And we're going to add an owner, which will be you. So start typing your name and it should come up. And then we want to give the permission that you are able to create child groups. Yes, go ahead, Kevin. Kevin, you'll need, there you go.
Yeah, sorry. How did you get to the business groups again?
Okay, one second.
Access management. All right.
That's okay. Access management and then business groups. And then click create business group.
All right.
Okay. And then we called it biz group 1. Of course, it would normally be a meaningful name for what this group would do. But for the sake of just education, we'll go keep it simple. Add the owner of this group. You good, Kevin?
I'm caught up. Yes.
Okay. And we want to create the business group, allow to create environments. And now this is where you start dividing out your vCores per business group. So we only have, one vCore in a trial account. So we're going to slice this up into like pieces of a pie. All right. So we're going to say we're going to give them in the sandbox. The first group's going to get 0.5. The environment called design is not even in use right now. But we do have a small managed Omni gateway, and we're going to put that whole one. You can't do a division of one in the Omni gateway. And this is where Rajnish is going to pick up. I don't know that we're going to create one like this, but it is one. And this is where you can do a managed Omni gateway. We're going to go ahead and put that in that particular group as well. So later you can come back and work with that. So we'll click on create. Okay. So you're controlling the assets in that group and some additional features. Create another business group. It's going to be biz group 2. Parent is going to be the same as the root because we want these two to be sister groups, not child parent relations, but you could just know that it wouldn't matter. And the reason we're doing this is we're creating activity in this Anypoint Platform account for us to see the audit logs. All right, so we could go ahead and give the rest of the vCores there. We're not doing anything with design. We've already given that Omni gateway to group 1. So we'll click on create. All right, so now we've had several things occur already, and we could go further and create additional things. So really have fun with this. You're going to be able to add additional items here. But what I wanted to show you by doing some activity like this is on the left-hand side, there is the audit logs. Okay, and under the audit logs, we can click on this and start to see that our behavior, anything occurring on the platform, whether it's got to do with access management or deploying an application, managing an API, everything is tracked here in audit logs. Now, this is not your application logs. This is your audit logs, users logging in, whatever. Okay, so your application logs are in Mule runtime, where runtime manager, whereas this is going to be just the behavior of users logging
So
in.
the
and out.
platform, whatever happens on the platform.
Yeah. And so wanted to point that out. Now, let's go back to first, let's click on users on the left. Who can tell me how we can add a user here? What are the ways we can add a user to Anypoint Platform? New user.
Invite users.
You have to invite them, right? Is there any other way? There is now.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Access Management API.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we can, we can do create user. All right. So let's find create user. In the past, we could have done this by using this command line interface, the CLI.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what this is essentially, is us interacting directly with this API. So we should find create
Create invite.
users. See if I can find it.
It's a create invite.
Yeah, there is a create invite. Yes. And there may be reasons you would want to use a create invite versus
Create a
Okay.
user directory, right?
right.
It's a create client.
There is a create user. Let me see if I can find it.
I just tried searching it on the top.
Yeah. Thank you. See, this is why I have smart friends. There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Create users, and it will be a post.
Hmm.
Okay. This is why I wanted you to use your own trial account. Do not do this on your work account. Make sure you're on a trial account because you can come in here and delete users. All right. So over on the right here, look how easy this is. Well, first of all, we need our organization ID, right? So here in the first box for our path parameter, we need our organization ID. So if we go back to our Anypoint platform, there's a couple of places you can get this. One of them is going to your business groups. And when you go to your business group and click on your root, it's in the URL at the top of here. That's it right there. Another place, obviously, it's right here, group ID. So go ahead and copy that because you're going to need that also as you're working with this further. Okay, so we'll go back to our developer hub and paste in that ID. So with items that need to go into a certain business group, user would be at the root anyway. But if you were creating something in a certain business group, then you would want to identify that by that particular business group. Okay, so now we have a body to post with here. So I want you to put in a unique username. You can use the same email that you use for the other account. Okay. And just change the username. I'm going to put this as dupe for a duplicate. And then put your first name, your last name. And then go ahead, email. Email can be the same. That's not a problem. Most importantly, that the username is different.
So what is with the password?
You would put your password there. You would enter what you want their beginning password to be.
It's not encrypted or anything, right?
No. Mm-hmm.
For the user, we are creating the password.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So essentially the invite would be more secure, but it is kind of interesting that you can do this by interacting with the API and we will see that it will post. I'm going to leave the password like that. Let me copy this username. And the password. And then go ahead and send. Okay, we get our body back. We see, let's open this up a little bit better. We see that we have confirmation on that response. Okay. And we see, you know, the entitlements it has, etc. Well, let's go now back to our users here. Refresh this page. Go to users. Look at that. There it is.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Do we get email too?
I do not think you would get an email. We can check it. No. Mm-mm. Now we could do the invite from here, and then you would get the email. Mhm. Yeah, this puts them right back in there, right in there. So you could essentially, and should be able to log in with that account without any trouble. Okay. And it would probably prompt you to validate the email. Yeah. I didn't go that far with it. I was just kind of working with what we see so far. So in access management API, there's a lot here that you can do, as you see. And that allows us to, like, you know, let's look at another one in the access management, and let's get organizations. So just start typing get organizations or org, and you'll see the get request on this. There's several things here. One of the challenges in the past that we've had sometimes is like, how do we know what all the APIs are? How do we know what the user's entitlements are? And how do we know, you know, so this, you start to see different ways of getting data from your platform, especially the metrics. I will let you know, mess around with that. The metrics are great. Yeah. I used to use the MuleSoft metrics toolkit.
Okay.
And that pulled a lot of data till Cloud Hub 2 came out, and then we couldn't, it wasn't configured for Cloud Hub 2. So anxious to give that a try.
It's more like a collections as in the Postman, right?
It is, but an easier interface to work with. And if you're doing scripting, this is going to help you with setting up your curl commands and your scripts if you want to run them like that too. So
That's why it's called the dev.
right, dev
It's only
development tool.
for the developer.
I got
Support to
Yeah.
developer.
Yeah.
So if you click on that and say get organizations and open this up, we should see the Biz 1, Biz Group 1 and Biz Group 2 that are listed here. So you'll see all of your business groups listed here. Now, generally speaking, and I've not tested this yet, but generally speaking, when I've interacted with the Anypoint Platform APIs, I could even, like even the metrics toolkit, I was able to see things that my account would not let me see, I think. But I've not tested that, so don't hold me to that. But at any rate, you can see all of the different organizations, list your users, do one more of these list users, and then we're going to jump over to another one of the APIs. So paste this in for list users. And then this should show you all of the users in your organization. Here's
I
one.
think even the platform admins can benefit from this access management APIs. Instead of asking, you know, each developers or an architect to pull the information, if he or she has access to this, right?
Yeah. Well, imagine setting this up and configuring this for an agent.
Yeah. Yeah, this would be so helpful.
Yeah. So I see the possibilities, you know, far and beyond,
Yeah.
you know. All right. So that's kind of the primary ones I wanted to show you under access management. You know, there's, as you saw, there's plenty here. Okay. So be sure to, you're set up now. You can come in here and work with various things. If in question, remember you have to authenticate first. And then you would be able to go from there. Let's look at another API. How are we on time?
Yeah, good.
Okay, the next one we want to look at is the audit log. Now, this is huge, I have to say. You know, in a work environment, sometimes you are the person called upon to figure out what happened. We had something disappear from production. What happened? Well, I found it through the audit logs, okay? So the audit logs of the Anypoint Platform Audit Log API helps you to get more information than what we even, when we are in the audit log here, we're able to see per business group. So the way the functionality of this is per business group, that's the root. There are my 2 different business groups. So if I drop into business group 1, there's going to be a little less that occurred. Again, likewise with 2, but at my root level, I'm seeing the user created, various things that occurred here. I actually put 2 entries there. That's interesting. And then this payload, by the way, folks, if you're curious about that payload, is what it does is it's actually a payload of the code that was used to post that. Okay.
That's neat.
Yeah, so that's the payload there. It's not, again, like I said, it's not an application. So most importantly, there's 10 different logs here, right? From the very beginning, our business groups, for business group 1 and 2, etc. Okay, so sometimes it's not just access management. You're going to have when an application is deployed, when you put a policy, a bunch of stuff. So there's going to be different products, right? So sometimes we might need to filter based on a product. Oops. Object types. Come on, there we go. User verification code. All right, here we go. We're getting more actions, but the product should have showed us more. I'm not sure why it's only showing access management. That's interesting. Maybe because there's not much of any, maybe there aren't any other logs elsewhere just yet. So, because normally I see a bunch of things here. But at any rate, there would be more products like runtime manager, etc. Okay, so now let's go to the developer hub and we're going to take a look at some things that are here. First, you can get some, and FYI, upper right, check it out, you're still authenticated. So you can hop into different APIs and you're already authenticated. So if we get organization by platforms, let's just click that one for fun. And we will put our ID in here.
Is that the org ID? Is that the organization ID?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Your org ID. And so we see a little bit there, not much. Okay, we go to by ID by actions. And there is the org ID. So you could do business group 1 or 2 if you had, if you're searching in a certain area. So remember the logs are organized based on the group. And so now we see a little more things here, user profile, there's some different actions on that one. But when you do a query, I wanted to see everything available. So what you need to do is you do a query where we want to create a post for that query by org ID in this case. So let's go ahead and click on that first one that's a post. And we'll put in our ID here. It is by default going to be a CSV. So there's not a whole lot you can do about that. But we want to change a few things here in our, where did it go? There it is. Okay.
Can we store anywhere the org ID and pull from there? Like when we are putting into the...
I have not, when we logged in, there was an option for a variable. And that might be worth investigating to where you could have that as a variable. Because I remember seeing that context variables. I bet you could there. That's your homework and you can tell us.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
In the Postman, we do have that, so
Yes.
I remember that. So just
Yes. All right. So on this query, I'm going to give you a different body here. And I'll put it in the chat of the, oh goodness, you guys are not in the Google Meet, are you? Virtual folks are. So let me do this and then I'll do it. Well, let me just do a code share for everybody. Hang on. All right, here you go. Because this is going to make it a little faster for you. All right, so code share, where you can pick this up. Let me add it here for you real quick. I want the actual URL. Huh? Okay, let's see if you can see that. Okay, go to that code share if you would. There it is real big. So it's codeshare.io/GQ133Q. Okay. So if you can go there, copy that block of code, that's going to be what we, here, I'll put that there just a few more minutes. That's going to be our post that we send in. Now, what we're doing is we're telling it a start date, an end date. We want to limit it and we want to have it ascending. So we're giving it some information in that body, where the body that's built into what we're seeing here is just kind of blank. We don't have any information in this request body. So this is going to speed us up a little bit by adding that already that code block for the post, for the query. Okay, so we're going to take this out. It's down here in our request body. Paste that in. There's more to do yet, so hang on a second. We also need to change a configuration here. Under our query parameters, open that up, and for true, we want to change the do include total. We want to change that to true, and it needs to be a lowercase t. Okay, and I think it might fail for the uppercase for the false as well. I changed all of these to false because my uppercase t and the true failed before, so I went ahead and changed all of them to lowercase. I know for sure that the lowercase t needs to be there. All right, and then we should be good to go. We should be able to send this in. So quick review, we added the ID. We could not change that from CSV. We changed the do include to true, and we put our code block in down here at the bottom for the request body. And we'll send this in. And then we should be able to open this up. Oh, there it is. No, where did it go? It went away. Hold on a minute. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So, something. Did yours come back with information on yours?
No, it's the same, just the header.
Oh, you know why? The date. This was from when I ran my test last night. Let's do the end date for today. Yeah, change the end date. Start and end date. So there wasn't anything on the 27th. It's so smart. Oh goodness, these computers. Let's send that again. There we go. Okay, so now you should see your logs. Okay. And then you can take these logs and populate this into a dashboard. Okay. So it's pretty neat that you can run that. So that's the audit log. There's, like I said, a few things you can utilize here that give you a little bit of information. This one was the one I was really after to get everything, because when you've got, 100, or if you're looking for something, you want to get that data, pull that data, and then filter down into what you're looking for. But this is going to expose Anypoint Platform audit logs. Okay. The other thing I'm going to give you a demo on and to point out to you. So that's a little bit about access management, a little bit about the audit logs, and there's more to explore. Now you're set up, really get in here and work with it. That's the fun part about it. And the best part about being in a meetup like this is you get a starting point, right? And now from here, I want you to share back what you've discovered. Go out there and delete one of your users and, wreak havoc. You can create new business groups and, but only do it here. Okay, play safe. And then on the skills. Now the skills are so fascinating. However, the challenge about doing the skills in a small window of time, like we have today, is it requires setup. Okay. So it does require you to have Anypoint Code Builder already set up. And that was from our previous meetup. So if you have it, you're golden. If not, those of you on virtual, go look at our video from our previous meetup and you will find the instructions there. Because what these skills are intended to help you do is interact with AI to achieve your goal. of what you want it to accomplish. Okay, so the one that I worked with was that I wanted to, I always tell people about API governance. And I'm a firm believer in API governance because I have been on the remediation side when people are asking, do you have code coverage? Right. So for me, this is a big deal. And so what I wanted to focus for the demo for you today is that there are out of the box rule sets that we can use, right? So if we look at our rule sets on API governance, and who knows what API governance is? Have you guys experienced this? What it basically will do is take your API specification code and scan it against this rule set. So it's code coverage. You know, there's other tools that do this, but this is now something that over the last year or so, that this came out and we were able to utilize it. It's beautiful because then when you're going through your compliance regulations, especially healthcare, HIPAA, hello, you know, PHI, yeah, PII, whichever you're, you know, wanting to check for, you're covered. You know that you've met those rule sets. So if we go to API Exchange, so go to APIs and Exchange, and you're going to find, come on, there we go, that under any types here, there are rule sets. Okay, click apply. And these are the out-of-the-box rule sets that are ready for us to use. They're already pre-built, in which we can, you know, Anypoint best practices, OWASP security is great. You know, several of them are exactly what we need. However, those of us in the healthcare industry, we were talking about this earlier, maybe we want a rule set that is HIPAA, right? That helps our code comply with HIPAA regulations. So if that is the case, then there are a couple ways you can create a new rule set, and that would be based on, you know, writing two files. One's a YAML, the other is the, what is it called? There's a certain code name for it, but at any rate, these two create a rule set, okay? And it's kind of complex, and I've always said, you can create it, sure, you can. Okay, well, let's do a skill. And so for those of you that don't have, I'm kind of watching our time, but I'm not gonna do it as a hands-on keyboard, but I'll be glad to cut a recording of me doing it again, because I did it the other night. So if we look through this, so these are things to achieve. When you're thinking of skills, I want you to think of, how can I get AI to assist me to achieve this? Okay, so apply a policy to an API instance. Author a governance rule set. That's what I wanted. So I clicked on this, and now it tells me what the steps are to do that. Okay, understand the intent. So this is actually for AI to do this for me or with me. Okay, and that's why you've got to have your Anypoint platform set up with a Salesforce org. And that's what we were talking about a few minutes ago that we did in that first meetup, so that you're AI enabled. Okay. And again, if you all or any of you virtually, if you have challenges to do that, just let me know. So what you do to leverage AI is you get, let me grab it. I have my Anypoint code builder, and let me get logged in.
So are there predefined prompts as well in the skills?
Yes, yes.
When you call a skill versus automation,
Automation is a little different. The skill of what I am understanding from the hub is creation of something. And yes, automation is part of that. But in my brain, when I hear automation, I think of moving data through things. Whereas a skill is like, I'm going to create a rule set. It's kind of not an automation, but I'm going to create this. But it uses AI to help me create it. Okay. Does that make sense? Adding a policy. It's really not an automation, but it is leveraging AI to do that for us automatically. So you could kind of say yes in a way. Does that make sense? Okay, so
That's an industry problem, right? Like, a lot of people are calling simple workflow automations or skills. They're creating
oh
skills.
yes.
It's a-
I've heard that term. You're right. I've heard that term be used as a skill for an automation. Yeah, there's some variances in terminology. You're right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's an AI term. Claude started it, and they started defining things that Claude can do as skills. It's predefined tasks, prompts, basically, that Claude has the ability to do. So all of those things that you list as skills are things that you can do with AI.
Yeah, basically a skill is part of the agent. So like
Yes.
when you configure an agent fabric, so you have to define the skill over there.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
that's how it is. Like it is basically categorized like what kind of action you are going to do with that particular agent is.
Okay.
So it's very important feature on
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
you're defining the agent.
Yeah, it's almost like, but it's not the topic, right?
It's not topic. It's
Yeah.
complete. So it's
The topic's
core part of the agent. It's not like a topic or anything. Its topic is like
What?
how you are invoking any action is.
uh-huh.
But the skill is you're defining the rule set, or you are defining the what is the domain or for this particular your agent.
Would it
is.
be at scope? Would it be
Yeah,
more
kind of like
scope?
a kind of a scope kind of thing is.
Yeah. Yeah, we need a terminology book. Thank you, Kevin, for chiming in. So yeah, great call. Great question. So I'm in Anypoint Code Builder, and what I did previously was I came in here and added Claude to, I added that as a, oh, not there. This is like, here we go, as an extension. Okay, so I added Claude. And so what you do here then is you go to your governance rule set, come over here to the drop down. Now there's another way you can do this with command line interface, but this is the way to leverage AI, is to copy the skill. Okay, copy the skill. And then you go back into Anypoint Code Builder and there we go. And you paste this in. And if you look at this, let me bring it where you can see this a little bit better. Paste this into where you can look at this code or what we just copied. And yes, it is the prompts. Look at this. Okay. So you've got the prompts. You're giving it the rules. That's the rules that we want it to create. Okay, that's the rule set. All right. So then we send this in, and I've got mine set on manual, so it's going to come back numerous times and talk to me back and forth. And so then you'll finally have the ta-da. If I took the manual off and I let it just run, it would go super fast and create it. But what it ultimately did is, let me get to the correct platform. My ta-da moment was here in Exchange under rule sets. There it is. Look, I just created one that said require descriptions. It created that for me. I told it even to create a description, and it created my description. Okay. So that was the end result of it actually, creating an additional rule set that's available. And so again, coming back to the wide vastness of ability under skills here is you can take any of these, create a Mule integration. Look at that skill. You would walk down and go through, again, copying the skill and leveraging AI over here to run through this. Okay, so it's asking me something here. I'm going to just mess it up and give it something else. So you can go through the processes and use that.
So is it like specific skill is set of commands for a specific task, or is it one command at a time?
No, it's a set of tasks.
Set of
You can basically, whenever you're defining the agent, you are defining the set of the tasks. That's why I raised the one concern whenever I was in the TDX. So whenever you are working on the agent fabric or agent network, so you have a multiple agent, and then a skill is defined for each agent. And what is challenges over here is if any of your skill is conflicting with the other agent and you're defining the network. So now your agent network is get confused which agent I need to call, because this is calling from the agent bridge.
Right.
Agent bridge is deciding is based on the your skill is which agent I need to call. That is a challenge. So I raised this, they are working on that. That's the last time they told me, but that is one of the challenges right now with the agent fabric or agent network is like, if you have a conflicting skill, then or agent bridge, it is always a challenge, like which one. So sometimes you will get the wrong information. Suppose that, giving you one example is employee information. Employee information could become from the your HR system, your CRM system, or any of the all different places. But you want to be from the HR system, but your skill is defined for each is almost like the same. Now it get confused, like where I'm going to get this information.
Right.
Otherwise, it should be that precise. The prompts
so
should be very
that's-
precise.
That you have to, whenever you are particularly working on the agent network, that you have to be very specific or some kind of notification notation so that you can, oh, I want to go to the special to this agent and get this information. Even it is the exact same skill is there.
So I think for your question, right, how is it different from automation? So I feel for automation, it's like something you put on a schedule basis, right? Like same action, let it be running on a similar frequency or set duration of time. Probably automation can go under that category, I feel. But skills and topics, I think they're all demand basis.
Yeah, skill and topic is where your action is defining, and then skill is what your agent you want to get it done for the agent is basically. That's a bigger picture is that's a difference between these two. So an automation is completely different. Like it's no brainer over there. You are defining what action you need to be called from the one point to other point is. So the difference is little different, but for if you're not going to the inside, then for you is like look like everything is same.
What is the other way of doing this if we do not have the cloud?
You can, you would have to download the Node.js as part of the CLI command line interface. You would have to have that, and then any of these. So you see the prerequisites command line interface here, and then you would want to test it, make sure that it's good, and then it comes in under Node.js. You'll see it create a folder. And then the scripts you would do are here.
So we have to write entire thing as a rule set separately, right?
Yeah.
But you already configured the cloud with MuleSoft, like
Yes.
once you generated.
I did under Visual Code Studio. You could probably use, I wonder if you could use ChatGPT.
Yeah, we can use, I mean, it's.
I wonder
It's
if
an
you could
automation.
use any AI. It just happens to be in,
My question was without using the AI over there, how would you do?
yeah, it's here. Your steps are here.
No,
Yeah.
so
See 'em?
manual, everything you have manually have to develop that.
Yeah. On any of them, they would be here.
Wait, this is a different one you went?
Yeah,
with,
it is.
or-
That's a Mule
Oh, okay,
integration.
Mule integration,
Yeah.
okay.
Let
I'm
me
still
go back
trying,
to.
my cloud is still running, it's asking questions.
Yeah, mine would do that. And you know what? Mine actually created the rule set as a custom asset. And I said, no, that's not going to work because I could see it in Exchange, but when I tried to leverage it as a rule set, it would not locate it. So I went back to Claude and I said, hey, you created this as a custom asset. It needs to be a rule set.
Yeah,
So it went back and fixed it.
okay. So the initial.
Initially
copy,
say, yeah.
It did something custom, you had to specialize it.
Yes, so under Exchange, you can see those as some of the types.
Okay.
It should be, yeah. See how it'll have custom down here somewhere? Do you see it? There it is. It created it first as custom. I was like, no. Gotta tell AI what to do. All right, so that's all I wanted to share within the time frame, so some hands-on, some demo. Yeah, fun stuff. Get out there. You know enough to be dangerous now, and you've got a safe play area to work with the and that trial account, for those of you unaware, the trial accounts are good for 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it come with Claude or any connector?
Already connected?
I mean, it's like once we connect to Salesforce dev account or anything, like does it come with
You can add integrate it with Salesforce.
That's the only way, right? Means to enable.
Well, there are other
AI
ways you can use
agents.
AI in Mule.
Without like connecting to Salesforce or.
Yeah, but you would have to use the, Rajnish, have you used Mac, the connector, the MuleSoft AI connector at all? I've heard it's not ready for production.
Mac, which,
The MuleSoft AI connector,
no,
have you used it at all?
no, I didn't use it. I use it for the agent fabric. I will show you like, but as I
Okay,
say,
yeah.
a connector is I'm not exactly using it.
Okay. Because there is a community connector
Oh, okay.
that's in the making
I just sent you
called,
via Slack.
let me show you, MuleSoft. Oh, goodness. Oh, chain. It's not connector, it's chain.
AI train.
Yeah,
Chain, yeah.
Oh, yeah, chain is that, yeah.
sorry, wrong terminology. Terminology. Now,
Yeah.
this is a way that you can utilize different, let me go to the community page.
Without Salesforce, without going
Yeah.
through the Salesforce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the connector itself gives you different endpoints.
Mhm.
Look, here they all are here. Yeah, now let me go back. There it is, Mac project. So it's mac-project.ai. Okay, and if you go to, oh, well, that's all community members, some employees and community members. Rajnish, are you on here?
Yeah, I think I'm,
I
yeah.
was gonna say, you probably are.
Yeah.
There's two. Yeah, good friends out here. But anyway, there's Ryan. He's my associate with Integration Quest. You'll hear about that in a minute. But anyway, the docs, several different AI LLMs can be leveraged through that connector. Now, I have heard, and I don't know how much truth there is, and please correct me, folks, if if you know more about this. I have heard it's not quite ready for production yet.
Okay.
But I don't know myself, and it may have matured overnight. You don't know.
So basically, this AI chain, what I involve with is whatever this new product is coming from this group is, they are pitching their idea, they are building some POC, and then they are presenting to the product team adopting that one. Is some of them are dropping, some of them are adopting.
Okay.
And it's in
Is it like
docs.
you
It's
guys
in the
are-
docs.mulesoft.com.
Yeah, and also like a agent fabric or AI gateway, and everything is coming from this project.
Oh, this is more like.
Yeah, so when if you involve with this kind of project like Mac, so Amir is leading this whole group. He is the group who is leading. So all like AI related project, he's taking care. He's and also Victoria, Amir and Victoria is leading this group. And whatever the new things coming from this group related with
That's
AI.
good.
And it's truly a connector. You can go pull it into Anypoint Platform,
LinkedIn on top
and
of
see
it.
the connector and the different connections and the different LLMs you can leverage. Of course, you got to put the credentials
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that,
That's
but
good.
it's it's very cool. And you can do chain prompting. So I think this is very powerful because in other AI opportunities that we have, we can't necessarily chain prompts.
How the chain prompting is different from the sub-agent?
Retaining the memory. Well, now the sub-agents do. They retain memory.
Yeah.
It's the same or?
Yeah,
it's
same
more
as
different
well.
terminology?
Chain is basically you are like integrating, like chain is basically agent network is like you're connecting all MCP
And you
and
go
agent
through.
and everything, and then so it's retaining all your context and providing to the next level.
Sub-agent is same, right? Means it like.
Some agent is little different. Some agent is basically your bigger agent is subtasking to the sub agent.
Right. And it
It's
is
not
giving
like
you the
it.
context.
But
and
here
everything.
is the integration is coming picture. So chain is integration. A sub agent is you are delegating some task to the smaller. That's how it is.
Fascinating stuff, isn't it?
It's
It's
Is
so
this,
cool.
this is available now or it's in beta?
This is, well, it's a little more than beta than I looked at it last time because
Yeah.
now it's in the, where did it go? Now it's actually in the docs. It's in the MuleSoft docs.mulesoft.com. So if you go to docs.mulesoft.com, you're going to find it here now. So that's a step up. But if you can be a member of this and become part of following the Mac project, and I would recommend it because there's you're going to keep up with hit that center button, Rajnish. No, on the wall.
I got it.
They'll keep you abreast of what's going on because there are weekly meetings. You can actually add in some recommendations and getting involved. So yeah, I would say, folks, check it out because there are a lot of really advancements are coming from this group.
This is a very big group and very active group.
Yeah.
If anybody interested, they can join.
And if you,
Oh,
Yeah.
for the Mac projects?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mac projects.
Yeah. so if
Like
you want
people
to,
are across the world, they are involving, whoever interested in the AI side. They started like a 3-4 year back.
yeah, there's just a few people
Yeah, Amir is not listed over here, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's leading.
and it crosses the crosses between employees and community
Yeah,
members. So it's
community.
like everybody's in on it,
Yeah.
It's really fun. But yeah,
Amir,
James.
yeah.
Okay, I will quit sharing. All you. All right, so folks, virtually too, so you know, we're going to turn this over to Rajnish next, and he's going to share his segment. So Rajnish, all you.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of us, we're going to take a break after this. So we're going to keep rolling as long as everybody's okay. Anybody need a quick little break? Okay, all right, let's go. All you.
Okay, let me share my screen. Can you hear me, everybody, from here?
We can hear you, but virtual folks can hear. Yep, Kevin just gave a thumbs up. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Tintu.
I got to take yours.
I took both of you.
Oh, you did?
Thank you. But did you get this? Rajnish, did you get it? That's when you really take someone serious, right?
If you're working on the single screen, it's very hard to manage sometimes. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so let's start. Thanks for joining. This is a fairly new topic. People are still exploring, and they just I think last month they enrolled this one. So before starting, let me introduce myself. I'm Rajnish Kumar. I'm the CTO of Vantage Technology. I started my career in MuleSoft when MuleSoft was like 2.0, 1.0. So like it's a Java and XML.
I was there, and they both were 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
Like, so.
So I started like 2009 when MuleSoft was not like that. It was a Java-based and XML-based. I journey as I started, and I like it. It's very fascinating during that time. Event-based, we are writing the code into the Java, how event is generating, XML is catching and redirect it to the next Java code. That's how it was.
Did you write the XSLs at that time?
So,
Did you create the XSLs as well at that time?
yeah, so Excel, like a flow and everything,
correct.
rule and everything.
You had to
So
create
that's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
how evolved the MuleSoft, and that's how I adopted the MuleSoft is. So in MuleSoft, I have more than 15 years I've been involved. I'm running this meetup is more than 10 years. I'm the MuleSoft ambassador, and this is where we are. Thanks for helping me. Diane, she joined me and my team, and then we are making more. And then Tintu is also helping us. So
Yeah.
So So this is my company. We are more than 12-year-old company. We are helping most of the integration side, data AI integration side. We are partnering with a couple of organizations you already know, Databricks, Snowflake, Salesforce. We already partner with the Salesforce. Our mission is helping to integrate all data and everything is wherever the data, the different system, unrelated system, we are helping, we are enabling the data. Our next level is we are mostly in the, as I mentioned, like most of the data integration side is our vision, turning data into the intelligence, whether it is whether it's bringing data from one system to the other system or making sure that the data is available for the other system. We are integrating to the cloud side. We are integrating to the different system. And also we are partnering with the Salesforce Databricks, that side. So that's a small our introduction at the company side.
And
So let's start.
Thank you for your sponsorship. Always for supporting.
Yeah, thank you. So MuleSoft Omni Gateway. So everybody probably already, if you're coming from the MuleSoft background, you already know MuleSoft Gateway. So this is a basically extension of the MuleSoft Gateway, API gateways. So this now, since everybody moving into the AI side, is API is there, but they want to move into the AI side. And that's why this feature is enabled for those users who want to leverage their AI and they want to control to the AI, how they can governance those AI, how they can control AI, how many tokens they are going to use it, what are these are the couple of challenges as soon as we are evolving for AI side, that these are the challenges coming. That's why they introduced the MuleSoft Omni gateways. Basically, if you look for most of the company, they are failing because they are not controlling their tokens. As soon as they're enabling the token, their developer, their architecture, they start using left and right, and then at the end of the day, they are see like a $1 million bill, and
Yes.
I don't want to go to the AI side now. I'm stick with the without AI. That's the so if you look for 42% of companies abandoning their AI project is due to this only. Only one cause is basically they have no control. As soon as they are enabling their AI, no control. So that's the challenges right now. So these are the challenges is why it is failing is first is security failure, because as soon as you are getting your developer, your partner, your architecture start to getting, then you are adding so many data into the LLM, and then they are going to use it to your competitor side too, because whatever you are adding, if it's a public LLM, it means your partner is going to leverage somehow, somewhere. That's the challenges. Second is inconsistent policies. And why it is that one is because you have no control of those kind of things, how they are going to use it, where they are going to use it. Somebody is accessing from country which is completely restricted for your company side is, and then it is creating another layer of security problem. Cost concern, that's I just mentioned, like if you're getting so many things, your developer, so token is getting a lot of use, and then you are at the end of the day you are paying a lot of money on that side is, and lack of visibility. Who is using so you gave to your developer, and if developer shares some other developer, then you have no visibility. You need those kind of visibility under your side is. So now we are learning from the API era. We know how API evolved. Initially, we enabled through the Java and everything, and everybody using your API, there's no control. Now it came to the API gateway. Now you have a control, you have a governance and everything. So same thing is exactly same life cycle we are going through the AI side. As soon as AI came, everybody started jumping on the AI side without knowing like how I'm going to use it, what are the things, is challenges. That's why the exact same cycle we are going, and that's why exactly same way we are managing API to the AI side is. So security, apps and API follow the rule set. Same thing is we are agent act as rule based on whatever defining is. Consistency, you want to consistent across your systems, across your enterprises. That is where omnichannel is coming. That is the challenge, is one of the things is, and we are evolving from there. Cost is, that is another thing, is how you can control the cost. And then visibility, who is using your AI features.
Yeah, because if it's an agent that's like a Google agent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what it's doing or security measures or any of that.
I'm telling you, my experience is I was working one of the clients, and they give their AI access to all their employee. At the end of the 1 or 2 months, they got the $1 million bill, and then they do I really need this one? And then output is zero, because as soon as people are getting, and they are doing left and right on that side is, and ultimate, as a company, you are not getting output from there, but people are exploring, since it is a new thing. That's a thing.
They're wanting to know, like, what's the weather this weekend?
Yeah.
You know.
And each processing is taking some token from your existing bucket, and then ultimately it is charging to the companies. That's why, if you see, even Salesforce, they are start restricting. They are not initially it was open for everyone. Now they are slowly they're restricting those accesses. Because everybody getting the same kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this evolving governance that's governance across AI and API, managed federated gateway. You want to be managed through the one gateway so that you know how I can throttle to this AI API side. That is a omni-channel simplify user experience. You want to be as a one omni channel or vision so that you can see one dashboard, how many tokens being used, how many left, those kind of thing, information and control AI spending. That is very, very important part of any of your this control is.
Yeah.
So this is what it is providing the MuleSoft Omni gateways, API AI management, API and AI portal. You can see how one portal you can see everything one places, governance strategy, federated gateway management, API and AI gateway, automated deployment, multi-protocol support, monitoring is. Multi-protocol support, what does it mean is basically is here, I'm explaining is basically if you go to the omni-channel, you can control MCP, API, as well as A2A protocol side too. And your agent is also there. You can also control over there that side too. So that's how it is. And monitoring is you can see through the one dashboard is.
And for those who might have been familiar with the term, this was formerly called Flex Gateway.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar with Flex Gateway, the new naming convention, but I think it's also more agentic.
Yeah, now Flex
right?
Gateway, they renew everything is they make it one bundle.
Yeah.
So you cannot find the Flex Gateway now anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Omni.
The Omni. So Agent Fabric is Agent Fabric. If you, I will explain the end of this slide, but Agent Fabric is basically how different agents communicating with each other, and then the governance is a basic important piece of that whole Agent Fabric is, and that's why it's a very important is omni-channel, omni gateways. You can control each and every part of your visit on that network is like if it's an MCP, A2A, or API if you're using somewhere. So that's also you can control at that same point. That's what it is. So that is where it is exactly sitting middle of the whole your agent network and Agent Fabric is. So govern across the AI and APIs. So if you look for this diagram it's very, very visualized. You can easily see where everything is sitting and the whole ecosystem is. And the bottom gateway federation and the top layer, the API gateway is basically controlling also REST-based GraphQL, gRPC, web socket. These are the things is coming. Probably it is still evolving like a web socket and GraphQL. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tintu. So that is still coming, but these are the things still already there. You can control everything. Is AI gateway is basically LLM, MCP, A2E. That's where AI gateway is coming, and then you can see on the top of that everything in one place is. And I will show like how you can view that thing is. So AI gateway. So AI gateway is basically is as I explained like this is a dashboard look like. Move AI experiment to the production faster. You can easily migrate from one, if it's a developer is there, what kind of access you want to, and then you go into the next level is production. You can define some of the rule and then you can enable your AI project into the production is. So AI gateway govern every AI interaction. MCP. MCP basically is MCP. It comes to the MCP whether you are installing the new MCP or whether you are using a MCP bridge so that you can convert existing API into the MCP. There you can control govern every AI interaction is whether it is MCP agent. You're deploying the agent and you can see the agent how you can enable that agent. What kind of interaction or what kind of access level you want to give to the agent is. And LLM side too, what kind of token you want to enable. You can see the dashboard. Standardized governance across your LLM to protect the prompt and direct query to the most appropriate model to manage and maintain cost efficiency. That is a very important piece of the LLM is. So MCP is basically you have an API. You don't want to reinvent the wheel from scratch. their MCP breeze is coming. Basically, you are using existing API, convert into the MCP, and then you can use it as it is without worry what are the different logic is behind if I will change if I'm going to use it within a agent side is. That is the MCP breeze coming picture is. So expose API to agent without rewriting systems. That is where MCP breeze coming picture.
So without this, agents cannot communicate with APIs, or?
Yeah, so you cannot, in agent side is, you cannot directly call to the APIs. You have to convert to the MCP, and MCP will take, because why MCP is required? Basically, whenever, anytime you are prompting, it need context. And API don't retain any context. That's why the MCP coming picture, you have to convert to the MCP so that your context is retained by the MCP. And then if next set of question will correlate with your previous question.
So,
yeah.
Sorry. So this is allowing you to set up your own MCP server that connects to your APIs so that clients like Claude and ChatGPT can connect to your MCP server?
Yes.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah, this is like your, gateway conversion layer. So say you already have an existing APIs, then you can just have a gateway gateway on top of your API, and you can convert your existing API.
Yeah.
But with the MCP server, it's built for new MCP native tooling. And yeah, there will be some level of code changes when you're doing a new MCP server, right? But with the bridge, there is no need of having any code changes.
Yeah.
All you're doing is a simple conversion of your existing API.
Yeah, I created one video on this one is, if you look for the Rajnish Technology YouTube channel, there I presented how you can convert any API into the MCP. So you can search on that if you are interested more.
And that's what this is, the bridge.
Yeah. So that is what the bridge is. Basically, you are converting existing API, any API, whether it is a MuleSoft API, whether external API, anything is, it will convert to the MCP.
So it still exists as an API, right?
Yes. So it basically is two instances will create, one for the API, one for the, so whenever you will see in your API side is, you can see the two instances, one for the AI side is, one is the API side.
Okay. So it truly is creating that bridge.
Yes. So
Wow.
I will show you like where you can see the two section is there in the Anypoint Platform is, one is AI section, another is API section, and then two different resources you can see.
Wow, cool.
So this is just I think is a developer hub is this one agent enable agent basically is across your creating one place. You're applying the policy. Sorry, you're applying the policy over here for any agent or any of your MCP server, and then you can control that whole resources through this places. So that is the governance coming picture is.
I have a question. Who defines the context in MCP?
Who define the context? So context is basically is, suppose that you are first going to the prompt and then you are asking question is what is the weather? So your agent is asking from where, like which location?
Right.
See, all this question is coming from your first prompt. So first prompt context is maintaining all the way to the end of your conversation. If you want to the second conversation, so you have to start with a new prompt. So that's the whole context is coming from there.
Someone has to define that context, right, on the MCP, or?
No, so that context is transferring. So defining is basically you are defining your context. So it is taking your context to next level.
Think of it's a chat, right?
Yeah. If you're talking to ChatGPT,
Right.
yeah. So what is the weather? So you ask, okay, what is the location? So now you're saying Atlanta, yeah, Atlanta weather is this one. I want to the nighttime weather. So then you like Atlanta nighttime. So all context is going all the way to the end of the conversation. LLM governance. This is a very good feature. Basically, you can control all your LLM, how many token you are using and how you are maintaining those conversation. This is what kind of LLM you have. You have suppose that you're defining the 1, 2 LLM. You can control from at this level is LLM governances.
And can you put limits or no?
Yeah, you can put the limit. Everything. So this is an intelligent routing. It's rerouting your request is from there.
Okay.
Unified access. It's if you have a multiple agent, is that you have a ChatGPT, Gemini, a cloud, everything you are defining one place, and now you're controlling. Okay, your developer is going to access only ChatGPT, not any other LLM. You can control from here.
And also it's good. I don't know if it's intelligent routing or unified access, one of these, right? If you ask, if the prompt is regarding, say, weather, then it appropriates or routes to that particular LLM. And if it's about, say, financial related,
Yeah.
then you have appropriate LLM taking in that internally. Should it probably sounds like intelligent routing, I guess, but yeah, it can route accordingly.
Yeah, it's basically defining the guardrail over the policy and everything. So it's based on the
It would pick that up.
Yeah.
Crazy good stuff.
And this is a very important for any of our enterprise, any of the thing is constant.
You're not kidding.
Yeah, I'm
That's
telling you, this is one of the
That
important.
alone.
This is one of the important slide, the whole presentation.
Yeah,
Everything is based on this slide.
that is true. That is true.
So this is where things is coming really interesting is basically now you see how much fund you allocated, how much use, how many token is, everything is defining over here. You can look into that one place and you can control all those things.
But is it like suggest like for some of the skills or tasks, Gemini is better over OpenAI or
No.
better that it doesn't do?
It's only controlling.
Internally, it does internally. I guess that's the part of intelligent routing. But internally, whatever the prompt you're sending
It will
will
do
be
that
routed
if
internally.
there is
Yeah,
a multiple.
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So another thing is coming into whenever you are communicating the multiple, then you are creating an agent network, agent fabric. There your agent broker is controlling out. I will show you.
Okay.
So API gateway already everybody know if you don't know, this one is part of the old ecosystem MuleSoft. How you can control the API is whole Omni gateway. Just come to the API gateway as well as EI gateway. That's why I put this slide too, so that you know both of the things and these are the things is coming: GraphQL, DevOps automation and transform, Terraform, API experience and hub. I just explain. So this is what already there.
But that would not have the capabilities. That's truly just in the Mule runtime.
Yeah.
But it's helpful.
Yep.
And it's out of the box available, but it wouldn't provide.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other.
So API gateway, two things I would like to it is very interesting is whenever this is a two web socket and GraphQL, this is a new feature is coming. And this is basically is covering all aspect of the API. That is they are expanding their horizon in API gateway. That's one of the cool features they are bringing to the next release.
I think it's already out.
It's already out. Yeah, maybe. I didn't see that.
And also it says GA now, so I think it's already out.
Already out?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a end-to-end API management. Everything is one place, multi-protocol support, API governance, and API experience hub. This is. So I will show you a little bit Omni gateway, and then because too much presentation, so let me share my.
So in our trial account, we have an Omni gateway, right?
I don't think so.
It had,
Do you see it?
looking, because it had the provision in the business group, which is what made me wonder if we had that ability. That'd be in runtime manager, wouldn't it? Oops.
Yeah, your Omni gateways you should be able to see under Runtime Manager on the left side.
Let me share my screen. Okay. So now everybody can see my screen. Now I'll select and make it little smaller. So this is what a omni-channel, Omni gateways look like. So if you notice, there is a two section over here. One is API management, and the bottom is AI management is. So let's start with the. So if you notice is at this side, this is where all agent is there installed. Agent is deployed, and MCP is there. Why is it not coming full screen? Anyway, so this is where you can see and you can control all your MCP agent, and also the API side is also you can control over here. So this is how it will look like Omni Gateway and the controlling to the agent and tool. This is your LLM. It's not going all the way to bottom. Thing is. Anyway, let's work on that.
Do you see Omni gateway?
Yes, the self-managed.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Doesn't serve the purpose.
yeah.
Okay. So basically, you can see like this is all agent is over here. If you this is LLM I deployed for my this particular instances. Is if you notice is I deployed the 2 Gemini agent LLM is you can add LLM proxy. If you notice is at the top, and then here you can define the proxy. So suppose that. And format is you can select Gemini if it's a Gemini is there, and then what kind of base path you want to define. If I'm making any. And now you can go to the next level. And this is now this is a list 2 LLM is coming for me since I deployed the 2. And then you want to create the proxy on top of the. You have to select at this level is which LLM you want to control and which LLM you want to create the proxy over here is. If I will go over here.
So those are all your Omni gateway that already has been created. Agent network ingress and egress.
Yeah, so this is basically LLM. This is I'm creating a yeah, it's already created. Yes, for agent fabric I already created, and then you can define. And now you can see you have to give the API AI key over here, and then you can save and deploy this one. This is how you can configure everything is at this point is.
And also the semantic service on the left-hand side is where one of you was asking how it's gonna route to different LLMs. So you do the configuration under semantic service.
You want to see again or?
No,
Okay. So this is how it is look like for API gateway, AI gateway, Omni gateway. And this is a couple of, and semantic searches you can define at this point is.
Yeah, so when you do the advanced scale, yeah, can you click on the advanced scale? Yeah. So when you go there and if you can scroll down. Scroll much down. You see on the vector connection, right? There you can just add whatever script you want. And if you say that, hey, if the prompt is coming related to calculation, then route it to Gemini. Yeah, like that, you can just route it there, yeah.
Wow.
And this is much more better if you switch to the enhanced. Rajnish, can you switch to the enhanced mode?
it is more structured.
Yeah, it's more structured, so.
This reminds me Snowflake.
What was that?
Reminds me Snowflake on the side.
Yeah.
So now they also remodeled, but like good consistent.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can like just do the start exploring. Okay, so on the left side, right, if you click on
Fancy server.
LLM proxy. Yeah, under that semantic services. On the left side itself, under LLM proxy. Yeah, if you click on the add semantic and advanced scale. If you click on the advanced top down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on the right side, yeah. So go down. See here, you can like literally, if you still go down, add all your collections, define the prompts. You see, you can create the topics and everything there. It's just one single page with everything you can upload or paste.
Becomes so much easier
Yeah.
for configuration. Don't you think? As it's really like, instead of us, because we did have to be very scrappy in trying to figure out how to configure a lot of this. And now the user interface, this is making it so much easier.
And also we have MuleSoft agent too. On the right side, if you see.
Yeah.
That's another new addition.
Yes.
I'm not sure if all the customers have it, but yeah, it's,
It's not enabled.
yeah.
No. So this is I'm working on the.
Good.
As an ambassador, FYI, as an ambassador, we'll put a plug in for the community. You get entitlements.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I've got that. I've not worked with it though yet, so that's why he's teaching me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how I'm
It's
also
popping
learning.
up for me, but it says message that you don't have it.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
We need to let you
it's
configure
not
it
out
ourselves.
yet completely.
And also I was working with the, this instances basically I got from the product team because I was working with the product team. They gave me this access.
Oh, they love you. They love you. You do a lot internally too, though.
Yeah, thank you.
So but it says I need to have Flex Gateway for this if I want to create an
That's
LLM.
right,
So
yes,
I
yes.
set up my.
You
Yeah.
need to have a Flex Gateway and think it's based on the credits, I believe. It's not available for free.
But in the trial account, if you did a self-managed Omni gateway, I wonder how far you could get with that. Because our trial account has a self-managed. You'd have to essentially spin up a container and then deploy it inside that container. And I wonder if you could do it on a trial account.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't. They gave. This is very new, so
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably.
it's
not there.
probably next release or so.
Yeah.
After that, it will.
because you would definitely have, I don't think it'd go this far though, yeah.
So, but this is how it will look like the Omni gateways. Now you can get all the way to the at this point. So let me switch to the.
Oops.
So now we are switching to the next section, agent fabric. This here again. Okay. So agent fabric. So agent fabric, very interesting topic, and particularly whenever you are working on multiple API, multiple AI, MCP, and also API side. This is a place you have to explore. This is a place you can find how you can integrate all different kind of agent, MCP, and API. That is a place you can explore. So basically, right now, everybody talking about the AI, and everybody talking the AI to the AI agent. And now we have a multiple AI agent in organization. If you're coming from the enterprises, multiple AI agent, multiple API, MCP, all kind of this thing is like, from last 2 years, I saw like each organization has a minimum 100 of agents for the, if you're talking about the enterprise side is. And that's why you're getting confused, like, okay, if I need the user information, whether I need to go to the ERP side if you're a manufacturer, whether I go to the CRM side, or whether I need to go to the HR side. That is the things is, and that is whole things is coming picture is how I can get the one unified information at one place is. So now, so this is what the challenges for the right now is. Agent is, they are working their own context. They are getting only one context of information. You're not getting as enterprise level of information. Your inconsistency, due to that one, your experience is very fragmented. You are not like getting a exact information what you're looking for. The one information from one place, other information other places. So that is the one place. And third one is very important is security. That is one of the biggest challenge whenever you are working multiple AI agent is security is. Security, why particularly whenever you are working any compliances, any those like a public sector, or you're working on the like a health side, or whether you're finance side, these are the things is one of the biggest challenge for them is how I can control, how I can see like who is using security and compliances, who is going to follow those all protocol is. And last but not least is unauthorized accesses. That is where things are getting really bad when somebody unauthorized person accessing your data, which you don't know who is accessing your data through the AI agent is. So now, so enterprise come with this all option initially: AI, API registry, API governance, API integration, API monitoring. Since we matured with the API, and then we create the whole layer of the API, how we can control the API and everything is. But what about the AI side is how we are going to do? So that's why this thing is coming for the agentic enterprises. We are now providing the seamless experience. We are creating agent discovery. So all your agent is at the one place where you can see what kind of agent is installed, what kind of agent is working within your organization that is part of the agent discovery. Second is AI governance. Same thing is API governance as AI governance. Now you have a more control how you can control to the any AI agent, what information you have to enable for the end user is. That is where governance come in picture. Multi-agent orchestration. So you have one agent is one place, other agent other place, and you are getting fragmented information. So at this point, you are now integrating all your agent and getting a unified information, not like a fragmented information is. And then last but not least is observability. You have a one dashboard, one center dashboard where you can monitor how your different agent is working across your organization is. So this is a whole ecosystem agent fabric is. First, start with the discover. What are the different AI agent you are going to use it for your organization? How you can govern through the Omni gateway or AI gateway. You can control, orchestrate. Agent broker come in picture where your one agent broker is controlling all your agent. What are the information you need to get from the different agent is. And then last but not least is as agent visualizer, where you can visualize all your agent in one place. You can see how it is working across your organization. So the discovery part, agent registry and agent scanner is. Agent registry, you are registering to your like how exchanges, same place you can register over there, and you can search on the data through the agent scanner is. Like that is what discovery come in picture. How previously is the exchange, we are doing the API exchange and the MuleSoft dashboard same exactly exchange we are using, but the different section as a agent registry and agent scanner is.
Is the scanner part active now? So that part, I remember hearing about that, but yet I think in our April meeting it wasn't.
Yeah,
yet, was it?
I think before that.
Yeah,
Scanner-
was the scanner active at that time, or
Scanner was
you know
there.
what I'm thinking of is
Yeah.
visualizer.
Visualize.
Agent visualizer, oh, okay.
No,
Is
no, no.
that yet? Or
No,
no?
no, I presented this exactly same thing on the TDX. So
But
TDX
they're
is
all
not-
out now.
They're all out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they all.
Which gives you visibility into.
I will show you like where you
Yeah.
can see and how you can visualize.
That's very helpful.
And orchestration. Agent broker is centerpiece of the controlling to all AI agent is where an MCP server. So there is deciding which agent or MCP server I need to call and then get the information for you. That is agent broker is. And observe is agent visualizer, where you can see if you notice is like in the top,
Oh, there
you
it
can
is.
visualize how different agent is connecting to each other or MCP is connecting.
I don't know how the agent visualize, API visualizer, I can understand APIs calling each other for certain.
I will show you. I will
Yeah.
live.
Usually agents are like
Yeah.
on their own, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, a quick little story. I took an additional course from North Carolina University on agents and automation and, other platforms.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that came up in the class is, well, if you have one over here in Google, you have one, on all these other different platforms, how do you know exactly what we're talking about, what we're doing? And that was right around the time that Agent Fabric came out. And the instructor said, there's really no way.
No, now.
And I'm like, but wait, in the chat of the meeting, I'm like, Agent Fabric just got released.
So I will show you like how it is look like. I created the one agent fabric, and then I deployed to that's a Google Gemini. You saw like I just showed that is a part of that agent fabric. That's why it's coming because I deployed the agent network on that particular instances. That's why you can see, and then you can control through the Omni gateway.
Rajnish, quick time check. Do you think we'll be done in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the last slide. So this is how it is look like.
This is the magic of how it goes
Yeah, so
together.
you can see like everything is one place, how everything is connected and all kind of keys. So let's jump on the quick demo and then I will conclude my presentation. So let me stop. Now again, I need to share. First, I want to show you code, how it is look like agent fabric code is. So this is a agent fabric code look like. I'm just going to walk through how the different piece over here is. If you notice this is where broker is coming picture. This is on top. And that is controlling all your agent and MCP server. This is a knowledge management where you are getting for vector database and information. This is a code. It's very YAML based code. And this is what I deployed into that you saw like this is your URL ingress URL where you can access this agent fabric. And this is so this is a skill of just you are talking.
There's our skills. Yeah.
So this is where whenever you are configuring any skill for the agent, you have to define like what kind of skill is there, because that's what I was talking about the product team is. This is a challenge for like if you're configuring any multiple agent and most of the skill is matching with other agent. Your agent broker is get confused which AI agent I need to recall.
So it
So
needs to be unique. Like
that is very specific. That's why you have to define the example over here at the bottom. If you see like I define the example.
it's like a business card, basically.
Yeah, so if you see this example, whenever you're configuring agent fabric, this is a very important piece of code is you define the proper example so that your agent, whenever they get confused with the agent fabric, they find it, okay, what are kind of things I need to look and then I can present that one to your user and users. So these are the code I'm just going through. This is LLM I define. This is basically is for the broker, for your agent broker is, this is a broker, what it is coming from here. So this LLM is defining the which agent or MCP or API I need to call from there. And this is what I'm giving this agent is, one agent is there, two agent is there, and MCP is over here. And this is MCP. And this is how you can define and what protocol you're using, A2A protocol, MCP protocol. So this is how it will look like. You can define your Gemini, your API URL and key. This is the way defined.
And if you're using Vibes, you can just give a simple prompt and it's gonna get you a skeletal structure of this entire agent network YAML file.
Yeah.
So you don't have to think like, oh my God, what are the small features that I have to put now? So it will give you a skeleton, and all you have to do is just, you see where all he has put URLs, like line number 128 and maybe 134. So if you are using those external, URLs to call in, then you just have to replace those with your URLs. That's it.
There is a build an agent broker project in our skills.
Oh, okay.
Challenge on. Challenge on, right?
9% only my battery left.
Oh no. What power do you use? You want mine? Is it a C?
Yeah.
Here.
Where is the power?
Token expired.
Token expired?
His power token.
Oh, yes, this is true.
So this is how the code look like for the agent broker, agent fabric. So here the command, or you can deploy from here. First, you need to publish into the exchange, and then you can deploy. This is your publishing, and here you're defining all URL and everything is at this point is. So you can define what kind of project, what version, everything you're defined at this point, and it will publish into the exchange, and you can deploy this agent into the Anypoint platform. So let's jump on the.
And you'll see it in exchange, right?
Yeah, now I can show you in exchange.
It's just like publishing a ramen.
Yeah, and if you'll notice on the new layout of Anypoint Platform and Exchange, there's a new option on the left for agents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agents and tools. Well, it's at the top also.
Yeah.
But if you're in Exchange, it would be.
So let's just start with the agent visualizer. Since you asked how does it look like, is exactly same code. Just I saw it is deployed over here. This is how it will look like in the agent visualizer. How it is connecting. This is on the top is a broker, and then how it is connecting. It is showing you. So you can see. You can click there, and then you can see definition. Each visit over here, what kind of definition it is. So, and also I want to show you can control runtime. Let's go to the runtime, how does it look like? It is deployed over there. So these are the couple of tools I deployed over here. If you notice, is this one, I think. Yeah, this is how it will look like. It's a regular application. Whenever you're deploying, it's like how other API application exactly same. It is going to see. You can see, but a little different information. This is a URL. You can access this agent network. And these are the couple of things you can look into that. This is a configuration list. And API side, you can control also. This is a part of the Omni gateways you can manage at this point is. And this is a LLM proxy. Just I show to you, like here, since it is a broker is Google Gemini, that's why I can control at this point is Omni Gateway. And this is all my different tool and agent is deployed. This is where I can control this agent network. This is agent fabric I can control at this point. I can define the policy and then define any at this point. Suppose that I want to define that.
This is your broker, right? The policies.
Yeah. So this is a agent network I deployed, and now I want to control this whole thing. This is your defining the governance of their agent network, and then you can define at this point is how you can control your whole agent network is. Another things I want to show quickly, agent exchange. So at this point, you can see whatever I deployed, whatever I was playing with the API, AI, everything, all asset is over here at this point is, and this is where my agent network come in picture. And you can see whatever I publish, this is come at this point is.
And also a good thing is if you click on the generate documentation, we have, that's an agent. I mean, if you click on the generate, yeah, we have an agent which generates all the documentation for you.
So right now it is not connected to.
Oh, it's not connected, okay.
So that's why it's,
So
but
you don't have to like remember how in the previous years we sit and write all the documentation.
Right.
No need. So
Yeah.
this agent just generates the document within like few minutes.
Yeah, so this is what look like agent network, agent fabric. If you have any question, let me know.
And you can go to this page from if you go to the agents and tools, Rajnish, and go to the agent visualizer. If you can click one of your probably MCP or agent, maybe just click on your Google search MCP.
Go search.
Yeah. And view asset. It takes you to the documentation page. This is another.
Oh,
way,
okay. An exchange. Yeah,
An
yeah, kind of like regular.
Yeah,
visualization. But that's nice though. Yeah.
this is what a whole look like. And if you have a question, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
So much.
No problem.
Well, what we're going to do is we will wrap up the virtual version of the meetup, and then we're going to the Ohana floor for coffee.
Is there any questions or comments from the team
For
virtual?
Rajnish first. Any for Rajnish?
Virtual folks, any questions, comments? Did you guys find this useful? I mean, it's a small team on virtual, so you can come off mute if you wanna, talk off mute. A quick 1 to 2 minutes.
It was very interesting. Thanks for the presentations.
Thank you.
Thank you
Kevin.
The MCP bridge is very, very cool. Excited to try that.
You should definitely give it.
Yeah, you can go to my channel and you can see like a step by step. I've gone through the like how you can enable any API with the MCP bridge.
Already got it loaded. I'm going to watch after this.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we have one more sponsor to thank real quickly. And there you go. Okay, so our last sponsor, well, I shouldn't say last, but Salesforce is truly a sponsor, and we appreciate them. But we also have integration class, and I do want to share with them because they also have provided lunch and breakfast, breakfast and lunch for us. I'm not going to go too deeply into each of these, other than the fact that we started integration class in 2022. I'm co-founder with Ryan Haig. If any of you have taken architect classes or the instructor-led classes, you're likely, you would have had him as an instructor. We went from 2 instructors to 9 now. There's an additional one that's not on there. And we are the certified instructors that teach the instructor-led courses for Salesforce, as well as creating our own content, where we customize our curriculum and do events like this. Oops, back up 1 second. There we go. And we also do a weekly study group, in which this week I am actually going to be doing another skill on Friday for the study group at 12. So if you'd like to tune into that, please, we'd be glad to have you. RJ's the host of that event. And integration class, thank you so much for your sponsorship.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. All righty. So we are headed to the Ohana floor,
Right,
folks.
thank you, team. And I'm gonna close the virtual bridge, right?
Yes, and you'll get a survey, those of you virtual and those of you here live. You'll get a survey, so let us know how you like the event. And sorry for the technical hiccups at the beginning. We're still trying to get a good fix on the hybrid environment, but I think we finally got there.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you, team.
Thank
Bye.
you very much.
Thank you. Bye.